What is up, you guys? iFake92. I want to welcome you guys to my channel. I want to thank you guys for being subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber, I would like you to consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys for sticking by me even though I don't post consistently or as much as I should, but I want to let you guys know that I want to broaden my topics more. I want to discuss more finances and self-help, so not just tutorials. And that's something that I'm really passionate about. That's something that I read a lot of books on, and I like to focus on myself. Before I go on, I just want to let you guys know that I am not actually in a bad position money-wise, but I am not in the most ideal position that you want to be in if you want to build wealth. What is wealth? The difference between wealth and money is wealth are assets that are going to bring in money whether you work or not. So they're going to bring in the money while you sleep. Money is just a transfer of time and wealth. You gain wealth by fully and truly understanding leverage and how it works. In order for you to become wealthy, you need to find something that you're passionate about so you can outwork anybody that's doing it for the money. Once you find what you're passionate about, we're going to break that down into the different levels of leverage that exist in that specific industry. Okay, so before I start, I just want you guys to know that I am actually renting a suite now. I'm no longer working in a barber shop, but the same example is going to work whether you're working at a shop, renting a suite, when you're just in a position where you're paying somebody wherever you work at. It's just going to determine the different levels of leverage. So in a basic way, this is how leverage works. It's work and income. How much work do you have to do to get this much income? Okay, so if you have the least amount of leverage, you're going to be about right there. You're going to have to put in a lot of work to push this and make this go up. You know what I mean? And you're going to have the most amount of leverage if instead of having it right here, you're going to have it right here. Right here, you're going to do the least amount of work to get the most amount of income, right? Okay. So once we have that established, I want you guys to know that my current situation, I am renting a booth. Or I'm renting a suite, actually, not a booth. I'm renting a suite. Ugh, tongue's getting tied. I'm renting a suite from the place that I work. I'm not going to name them, but this is my current situation. My current level of leverage is about right there. Why is that? Because I have to work in order to get money. If I work 8 hours a day, I'm going to get 8 hours worth of income. So it's pretty even. Whatever I put in, that's what I get out. That's the situation that I am in right now, currently as a barber, renting a suite at this place where I work at, right? So who has more leverage than me? If I'm breaking down this situation, the place that rents out my suite technically has more leverage than me. So the owners of the suite. You guys are gonna have to excuse my handwriting. I know it's horrible, but they're currently about right here. They don't have to worry about coming to work or not. They could not show up to work and still make income. Why? Because I have to show up to work. I have to cut hair, and regardless if they show up or not, I still have to pay them the rent for my suite. So they're at the best position because they don't have to do almost zero work and they can still make income. You see how the leverage is over here? Okay, who has the most amount of leverage in my current situation is the people who own the building that lease it out. Matter of fact, let me do this. They have more leverage than me, and the owners of the building have more leverage than the people who rent out the suite to me, because their leverage is pretty much almost right there. They literally don't have to do anything, because whether they show up to work or not, the building is taking care of itself. The building is going to make them money because they're going to get money from these people. These people are going to get money from me, and I'm the one that's just going to have to show up to work every day to make this money. So with that being said, I determine I am in the worst position I could be in if I want to build wealth. If I want to build wealth, I have the least amount of leverage in my field. Is that good or bad? For me, it's bad, but to be completely honest with you guys, I am not sad about it. I'm not upset about it. I'm just glad that I know. I'm glad that I know exactly where I'm at so I can aspire to be at a different level. You know what I mean? All right, you guys. So now that I explained my current situation, I want to let you guys know that you can succeed in whatever business you're in. You just have to understand leverage. And once you fully and truly understand leverage, that's something that took me a long time to realize. I always heard people throwing the word leverage around, and I used to always hear people talk about leverage and yeah, leverage. And I understood fundamentally what leverage meant, but I never applied it to my industry. I never applied it to my profession or my current situation. So I never understood fully, how to out leverage other people or other situations, or how to put myself in the best situation as far as leverage. So when I truly understood how leverage worked, that's when I realized that I was in the worst position possible in my industry as far as leverage goes. So every situation that you're in is going to have different levels of leverage. Someone is always going to have more leverage than you. The thing is, you want to make sure that you're not at the lowest. You never want to be the lowest amount. You never want to have the lowest amount of leverage in whatever situation you are. And usually that means trading your time for money. Labor is the lowest amount of leverage that you can have. If you're still working for money, then you're not in a position to become wealthy. So how do you stop working for money? I know it's a lot of people say it's easier said than done, but you have to start saving your money and make sure you use your capital as leverage. There's a lot of other things that you can use for leverage. A lot of people use their knowledge for leverage. People use social media for leverage. They're really good at social media. Just media in general is leverage. Me creating this video is creating a digital asset that I can put out on the internet that's going to bring me money whether I work or not. So media is leverage. One of the best forms of leverage is actually coding, because I pay my booking website every single month and they literally don't do anything. I mean, I'm sure they keep the servers running and everything, but they literally just created a piece of code and they're making so much money off of that, off of me, off of millions of other people. Not my booking website specifically, but in general, all the booking websites are making so much money off these barbers, and all they literally did was write a piece of code and make it easy. So what they did was they figured something out. They figured out that we need online booking, and they figured out that we don't know how to write code. They created a solution to our problem. And fundamentally, that's what you want to do in any industry that you're in. You want to create a solution to a problem. You want to find something that you're so passionate about. You're going to work so hard. Nobody's going to outwork you because you're passionate. It's not work for you. It's just fun. So nobody's going to be able to compete with you because you're doing it for fun. You're not doing it for the money. So in every situation, just make sure to be aware of the amount of leverage that you have. You never want to be in the lowest level of leverage. You never want to be trading your time for money, because if you do that, you're never gonna break out of the rat race. You always want to make sure that you level up, that you buy assets. Assets could be anything: a house that you rent out. It could be a car that you rent out. Those are just like the most basic, easiest forms of an asset that I can think of off the top of my head. But there's plenty of other ways that you can purchase assets that are going to bring you money. Your knowledge could be an asset. You can learn something that a lot of people don't want to take the time to study and figure out. Either sell it or create media off of it. Write a book. Do something that's going to give you leverage over somebody else that doesn't want to do it. Do something that's going to create income that's going to work while you sleep. But that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you take it and learn something from it. I hope you read more books. I hope that you understand leverage a little bit more, and I hope you guys become more successful and wealthy in the future. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.